Hi everyone, welcome back to USA Ride Waves, your go-to stop for everything two-wheeled. Today, we're diving deep into a trio of aggressive, performance-driven, tech-packed machines that are making serious waves in the sport and sports touring world. I'm talking about none other than the 2025 Suzuki GSX-S1000, the GSX-S1000 GT Plus, and the all-new GSX-S1000 GX Plus. If you've been looking for the perfect ride to hit the twisties, commute in comfort, or disappear on a cross-country run without sacrificing sport bike DNA, then you're going to want to stick around for this one. Suzuki has stepped up big time in 2025, refining their liter-class naked and sports touring machines into versatile beasts that cover a ton of ground figuratively and literally. And we've got everything you need to know: power figures, tech, ride impressions, prices, and which one might be right for you. Let's start with the core of the lineup, the 2025 Suzuki GSX-S1000. This is Suzuki's aggressive naked street fighter, and it continues to carry the DNA of the legendary GSX-R1000. Underneath that sharp, angular bodywork, you've got a tried-and-true 999cc inline-4 engine, producing a punchy 150 horsepower and around 78 pounds-feet of torque. It's the same engine architecture derived from the K5 GSX-R1000, which longtime fans will recognize as one of the most revered sport bike platforms in Suzuki's history. Suzuki has refined it for street use, focusing on mid-range torque and throttle response that's usable every day and not just on the track. The throttle-by-wire system feels smooth and intuitive, and for 2025, Suzuki has updated the ride modes and electronics to make the bike more adaptable to different conditions. You've got 3 ride modes, A, B, and C, with A being the most aggressive and C dialing things back for wet roads or relaxed cruising. There's a bi-directional quickshifter now standard finally. A, along with 5 levels of traction control and a low RPM assist that helps with smoother takeoffs. The chassis is lightweight and responsive, aluminum twin-spar frame, braced swing arm, and fully adjustable cab suspension up front. The rear shock gets preload and rebound adjustability. It's sporty but forgiving. You can push it on canyon roads, but it's also not going to rattle your spine on daily commutes. One of the first things you notice is the styling. The stacked LED headlights up front, the sculpted fuel tank. The minimalist tail section of this thing looks aggressive and purposeful. It's one of those bikes that looks fast standing still. The 2025 GSX-S1000 comes in at an MSRP of $11,899 in the US, and for that price, you're getting a true liter-class machine with real-world power, updated tech, and sharp looks. It's a bargain compared to some of the European alternatives, which can easily push $14,000 to $17,000 with similar specs. Now, if you're loving the GSX-S1000 but want something a little more touring-focused, with wind protection, luggage, and all-day comfort, Suzuki has you covered with the GSX-S1000 GT Plus. This is where the story gets even more interesting. The GT Plus takes everything we just talked about and adds in a full fairing, integrated side cases, and advanced electronics for long-distance travel. This isn't just a naked bike with a windshield slapped on. It's purpose-built for high-speed, long-distance riding. Same engine in 999cc inline-4, 150 PAB but tuned for even smoother delivery. The GT Plus feels refined, mature. It's got that same urgency when you twist the throttle, but it's not frantic. It's composed. You get cruise control, a larger 6.5-inch full-color TFT screen with smartphone connectivity, navigation, and music control. The interface is slick and intuitive, with Bluetooth and USB compatibility. Comfort-wise, you've got a more upright riding position, a more padded and contoured seat, and better wind protection thanks to the aerodynamic fairing and adjustable windscreen. The suspension setup is similar to the GSX-S1000, but it's tuned slightly softer for more comfort over long distances. The integrated panniers are a game changer. They're hard cases, color-matched, and detachable. You can throw in a laptop, weekend clothes, or even groceries if you want to turn your GT Plus into a daily rider. They're narrow enough not to feel bulky but big enough to be practical. The 2025 Suzuki GSX-S1000 GT Plus comes in at $14,199 MSRP in the US, and honestly, that's a killer deal. You're getting true sports touring performance with features that rival bikes from Yamaha, Kawasaki, and even BMW, but at a significantly lower price. Alright, now let's talk about the new kid on the block, the one that's been turning heads and stirring up the sports touring segment in 2025. Enter the Suzuki GSX-S1000 GX Plus. This bike is Suzuki's response to the high-tech, semi-active suspension, all-road sports touring category. Think of it as the bridge between the aggressive naked and full-dress touring machines. It's fully loaded and unapologetically premium. The GX Plus uses the same 999cc inline-4 engine as the other two, but where it really sets itself apart is in the suspension and electronics. You get Suzuki Advanced Electronic Suspension, or SAEs, which is a semi-active kib setup that constantly adjusts damping on the fly. It reads road conditions, rider input, and load to deliver real-time suspension changes. Whether you're on a mountain pass, highway slab, or rough pavement, the GX Plus keeps things composed and confidence-inspiring. There's a 6-axis EMU now in play, which brings cornering ABS, lean-sensitive traction control, and advanced ride modes into the mix. Suzuki's SDMSI Circumflex Plus-Minus system gives you A, B, and C ride modes, plus the ability to fine-tune suspension behavior, traction control levels, and throttle response for truly custom settings. On top of that, the GX Plus gets the same 6.5-inch TFT display as the GT Plus, but with expanded functionality. You've got dual USB ports, Wi-Fi updates, music, calls, full phone mirroring, and GPS navigation built in, and no need to rely on third-party apps unless you want to. There's more wind protection than the GT Plus, and a slightly wider fairing. The handlebars are higher and further back, giving you that upright, commanding touring position. Seat comfort is top tier, and it even comes with heated grips and seat as standard in the GX Plus trim. The panniers are once again integrated and color-matched, with about 36 liters of capacity per side. You can pack for a serious tour with ease. The price for the 2025 GSX-S1000 GX Plus in the US is $17,699, and while that's a jump from the GT Plus, it's right in line with rivals like the Kawasaki Versys 1000 CLT Plus and Yamaha Tracer 9 GT Plus, both of which start around that $16,000 to $18,000 range. What Suzuki brings to the table is a familiar, well-loved engine platform, smoother electronics integration, and a uniquely Japanese take on comfort and tech balance. So now the big question: who are these bikes for? If you're looking for the rawest, most visceral experience, go with the GSX-S1000. It's lighter, more aggressive, and absolutely shreds when pushed. You've still got traction control, ABS, and quickshifter tech, but it's a more minimalistic approach, perfect for street fighters and riders who want that connection to the road without excess. If you want a little more comfort, touring ability, and don't mind the fairing, the GT Plus is the sweet spot. It's fast, it's practical, and it's ready for weekend getaways or daily riding. It also won't break the bank. But if you want top-of-the-line comfort, tech, and the kind of semi-active suspension that adapts instantly to your idea, plus the ability to do 500-mile days with a smile on your fascia, the GX Plus is the flagship. One thing all three of these bikes have in common is Suzuki's focus on balance. They're not chasing peak horsepower numbers or trying to outgun the competition in one spec sheet category. Instead, they're dialed in for real-world performance, and that makes them incredibly appealing for a wide range of riders. Fuel economy is another plus. All three models average around 40 to 45 mpg depending on how you ride, which is solid for a liter bike. You've got a 4.5-gallon fuel tank on the S1000 and GT Plus, and just over 5 gallons on the GX Plus, which means solid range for all-day rides. Maintenance costs are reasonable, and Suzuki has a great dealer network across the US, making parts and service relatively easy to access. Plus, With their track record for reliability, these are bikes that can take mileage without drama. Color options for 2025 are also sharp. The GSX-S1000 comes in metallic Triton blue and glass sparkle black. The GT Plus gets a new candy daring red and metallic reflective blue, and the GX Plus stands out with a metallic matte sword silver and glass blaze orangea. Definitely a standout. Personally, after spending time with all three, I found the GX Plus to be the most complete motorcycle Suzuki has ever built in this category. It's tech-forward without being overwhelming, fast without being punishing, and genuinely enjoyable in every setting, from city streets to interstates to back roads. But that's not to take anything away from the GSX-S1000. For under $12,000, you're getting one of the best bang-for-buck sport nakeds on the market. If you're moving up from a 600 or just want that classic 4-cylinder growl with updated electronics, this is it. Same for the GT Plus, it just makes sense. It fills a void for riders who want sport bike performance but can't live with clip-ons and cramped ergos anymore. And the value? Still unbeatable. So whether you're a commuter, canyon carver, weekend warrior, or full-time road tripper, Suzuki has something for you in 2025. Let me know down in the comments which of these three bikes you'd pick and why. Are you all about that stripped-down GSX-S1000 lifestyle? Is the GT Plus your ideal touring weapon? Or are you ready to go full flagship with the GX Plus and never look back? Thanks for hanging out with me today on USA Ride Waves. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more real-world reviews, spec rundowns, and ride reports, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next ride. Until next time, ride safe, stay upright, and keep chasing the curves. Catch you in the next one.